Hey, what's up, everybody? Nick here. Today, well, you can see I'm actually joined by the lovely Shakira. She was, sadly wasting away in my work office through much of quarantine. Um, but as somebody who, obviously appreciates fine art such as a Shakira clock, I had to bring her home. Anyway, today I am going to make what I'll call a summer citrus salad. The first thing we're going to start with is making the dressing. So, this is going to be a jalapeno orange dressing. The first thing that I'm going to do is zest this orange. I'll tell you right now, this is the kind of recipe that I don't really think you need to measure a whole lot. It's going to go more by feel. And now we're going to want some of the orange juice, but we're also going to use the orange in the salad. So what I'll do is cut the ends off here, and I'll be a little generous because I'm going to take these ends now. I'm going to squeeze them because I want that juice. The rest of this orange I'm going to slice up for the salad. So let's see, what do we think works better? I'm going to start like this and go around the outside to take all of the peel off. Make it a little easier on yourself. Cut through like that. Alright, so there's our nice pretty piece. But again, we're not going to waste this. All these pieces here, you can squeeze the juice out. And then, with this, while we're here, do nice slices. Next thing, for the dressing, we are going to do a little bit of vinegar. Here I have rice vinegar. If you had it, to be honest, I feel like apple cider vinegar might be a little more appropriate. At least for the amount that we're using here, I don't think there would be a huge difference. If you just had white vinegar, I would just use that as well. And like I said, not a huge vinegar person. You just want enough to cut some of the sweetness that's going to be in here. So do a little splash, maybe a half a teaspoon or so. But this is something that at the end, we'll taste it, and if it needs a little more, we'll put a little more. A little bit of black pepper, a little bit of salt. And now here's the thing. This is a jalapeno orange dressing, and I get this sauce at Trader Joe's. I think it's so good. And of course it makes this really easy because you just add some of the sauce into it and it makes a really nice dressing. If you don't have access to something like this, what I would suggest is just take a normal jalapeno, cut it in half, take the seeds out, and then I would do like a really fine dice. If you have a blender or something, you can get away without dicing it finely. Pop it into like a NutriBullet or a food processor and blend it up in there, or do a fine dice, put it in there, and if you can't blend it, maybe just let it sit in your fridge a day in advance, and that should impart the jalapeno flavor that you want. And so in something like this, I would say maybe half of a jalapeno without the seeds. But we're not going to do that. I'm going to use this sauce. So put a little of that in here, and a little of this goes a long way. Last thing, oh, okay, I knew I was missing something. A little bit of sugar. This is about a teaspoon that I set aside. I'm going to go for half of that. Oh, and one other thing. Olive oil. Glug of that in there. Okay, now we can call it a dressing. So, I'm going to seal this up. Give it a shake. Okay, yeah, that's good. I have this massive mango here, so I'm going to cut that up and put a little of that down. So kind of find it a long ways from the top. So the pit inside runs kind of like this. So you can get your bigger pieces off this way and kind of cut into it basically as close as you can until you meet a little bit of resistance. Do the same thing on the other side. Ooh, this is perfectly ripe too. And on the sides, make it a little less, but basically just, again, follow the resistance of the pit down on both sides. And then you have this piece that you can eat like a tasty sweet chicken wing. So everybody has a different technique to this, I feel like. Some people just straight up peel it. Some people do the diced thing and pop it out. I'm not that fancy. I'm just gonna run my knife to get some spears here, following the back of the peel without slicing into the palm of my hand. Don't necessarily condone my knife techniques. And now from here, we'll do our spoon and scoop it out. This one is very, very ripe. It's very soft. Mango is one of those things that I rarely buy, and then when I have it, I'm like reminded that it's probably my favorite fresh fruit. All right, so we got that all broken loose. I have a million limes. I don't know why. I always buy limes and then I forget about them. So I wanted to use one of those in here. Look how green that is. That's a dark one. So same way that I did the orange. Let's be honest, I didn't think that far ahead about presenting this. I'm just thought about making a plate of it to eat for myself because I'm hungry. But get all your stuff cut up ahead of time, and then you can lay out all of the oranges and make like a pretty, almost floral looking pattern with it if you want. I do have strawberries that I sliced up, but really, you can do whatever fruit that you like. But look how cute that is. I take that back. I made it cute just by doing that. If we want to get a little wild, blackberries. I am going to slice some of this jalapeno very thinly because it's fresh jalapeno. So depending on how crazy you are about it, cut it really, really thin. Or you can go a little thicker if you want. I'm going to make these as thin as I can because I'm not going to bother taking the seeds out, which might be a really bad idea. But if we go paper thin, I might be able to get away with it. I mean, a safer bet might just be to cut it in half, take the seeds out, and then do your strips like that. But let's clear our sinuses. Very last thing, I feel like some fresh herbs are important. So I have here a little bit of Solange Knowles. It's cilantro. I do have some mint and some basil in my backyard. Thought some mint might be good here. Basil probably would work too, although in my mind, I mean with the jalapeno and everything, I feel like this is a job for cilantro or Solange Knowles. Scatter around the top. Look at that. That's so pretty. I'll take my dressing. Got my little jar, so it's nice. I can shake it right back up if it separates. And now, because this is thin, take a spoon and use that to just kind of drizzle a little bit on. But I don't want to overload it with this, but it's just something that's going to make the fruit really pop out. And then I have all my extra fruit. I got my extra dressing, so I can eat this for a couple days, which is cool. And that's that. I'm going to eat this. So there you have it. Summer citrus salad with jalapeno. It's so pretty. This is probably one of the prettiest things I've ever made. Let's do a little strawberry and a piece of mango. Don't choke. Bindi, what do you got? Summer citrus salad with an orange jalapeno vinaigrette. Ooh, the jalapeno flavor that's in the dressing is so good. And it's not overbearingly spicy, but it's just such a nice flavor with the fruits that kind of brightens up the fruit flavor itself. Something that Bindi is jumping up in a being camera crew. Please don't ruin my angle, baby. Something that I have been thinking about a lot, especially lately throughout quarantine. Bindi. Something that I have been thinking about a lot, particularly throughout this quarantine time, is the way that we love and appreciate our bodies, and the difference between kind of blind body positivity that I feel like doesn't always work for everyone. Personally, my weight has fluctuated a decent amount throughout my life. There have been times that I've been pre-diabetic, and there have been times that I was way too skinny. So it's always interesting when you look back to see photos of yourself and it's at a particular stage in your life where you didn't feel like you were ideal for what you would consider your own ideal. For me, my not ideal was a couple months ago, a couple months into quarantine. I was at my heaviest weight, and I look back at some photos and I'm like, ooh, part of me wants to, untag myself, get rid of those. But the thing is, like, I'm still there. Like, that's me there doing this thing with this memory with these friends. And I think it's important to remember that our bodies change. And even if at some point in time it's not exactly how you wish you were looking, you can still love it for how it is in that time. I can look back at these photos and be like, oh, but that's what I looked like, and that's okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is, in my own journey toward what would be a more ideal body for me, I've been reminding myself to make sure that I'm still showing myself love and appreciating myself for whatever I'm looking like in the whole process. So, because the way I see it, there will always be things that I'll want to improve about myself. Like, no matter what, there always will be. And you don't want to look back and be like, oh, like I was like this then, and I didn't see it, or I was always feeling down on myself. Our bodies do so much for us. They carry us around. And I feel like we're often not in a good relationship with our own bodies. Like, the mind-body separation tends to work opposite each other, and it's like we punish ourselves or think, oh, like I ate bad today, or I wish my body wasn't like this in this way. And I challenge you, and I'm challenging myself, to maintain a better team when I look at my body, to go, oh, like, thanks for carrying me around. Or like if I'm eating something, a little more nourishing, it's kind of like, oh, here you go. Like, that's for you. Enjoy that. That sounds really corny, but it's true. When you view your body on the same team as how you're feeling in your mind, I think that leads to better confidence and a better relationship, and a better acknowledgement of our bodies. Ooh, let's do a good big bite. Look at that. Ooh, that's so cute. So what I'm getting at, it's cool to want better for yourself, whatever better it means for you, whether it's just feeling confident, feeling stronger, having a better blood test or something like that. Don't forget to love your body along the way, the whole time. From today, right now, that you're listening to this, toward whatever you're doing. Because otherwise you waste a lot of time talking down on yourself. This is so cute. Look at the salad, it's so cute. Wow. Benji beans. Ooh, those jalapeno slices. Ooh. So that's a wrap, y'all. Summer citrus salad with jalapeno orange vinaigrette. You got some fruits lying around? Give it a shot. Let me know how you feel. If you, like me, put on a couple pounds throughout quarantine, don't worry about it. Your body's doing the best that it can. It's a little bit weird right now, so don't be so hard on yourself. And if you do start making some changes to alter your health in a way that is positive for you, enjoy the process. Enjoy your body in the process, because your body is going to be like, what the hell are you doing? If you haven't thought about your body today, go look in the mirror and tell it thank you for all that it does for you. Let's do it. I love you, body. I love your toe neck.